First it was New York, then it was Florida, then it was New York again. I moved out to California with my friend. I opened up like 3 credit cards and, successively maxed them all out. I was 22. I was like vibrating at every single wrong frequency. Like gives me the chills just thinking about the exact moment right now. And I'm out here in LA doing absolutely nothing, no job, not receiving any income, asking my parents for money and endless amounts of cocaine and drinking. And I woke up one morning and I walked into my bathroom that I had. I looked in the mirror and I just I didn't even see a person, like waves and lines and just like literally nothing, because that's what I felt about myself. I felt like nothing. I had nothing. I wasn't aspiring to anything. My parents, they were pretty accepting of having me back home, which was awesome, because if I didn't have that, then I wouldn't have had anything, and I could be out on the street, begging for change or whatever. And I knew I needed something in my life to give me structure. Like I knew I needed that because I never had it my whole life. Decided I would never smoke weed, do cocaine, Molly, ecstasy, acid ever again. Totally quit drugs. Basically surmised that myself, that I needed to do that or I would just be lost forever. And my dad told me, he's like, if you're going to go back to school, I'm going to pay for it, but you're going to make a promise to me not to drink anymore. I was seeing a counselor that was testing me for the alcohol, making sure I wasn't drinking it and helping me keep this promise to my dad. And I was still going out and getting drunk because I don't do drugs anymore, so I'm going to get wasted. Because I would drink on a Friday and see him on a Thursday, so I was good by then. I still would not admit that I was an addict. Still could not admit that I was an alcoholic. I just couldn't say the words. I couldn't do it anymore after that. So the only thing I could think of in my head was to go to the counselor and admit to him that I had been lying to him. He's like, you know what you have to do? You have to tell your father. And after I had that conversation with my dad, it was hard. The first time probably in my life, we had a real conversation, a conversation that men would have with one another. I don't know if it was the tone in his voice, but I understood what he had been saying and hoping for my whole life. I finally admitted to being an addict. I have come to terms with the fact that I was addicted to the lifestyle. I was addicted to the drugs when I was doing them. I was addicted to the alcohol. I was addicted to taking myself out of myself. I realized now that I was afraid because I never really knew myself, because I started getting fucked up so young. I never got to grow up and to know that I lost all that time and I'm 25 and I should be here, I should be there, it should be the other thing. I'm just getting past that right now. I'm just getting past the fact that I should be somewhere. I'm right where I'm supposed to be right now. It's taken this much time, and I'm almost 2 years sober, and I've only been living for 2 years now, really. I'm still figuring myself out. I still don't fully know myself, but I have a much stronger grasp on who I am, who I want to be, the kind of person I want to be, what I want to do. Getting all my science classes in, all my prereqs for med school, and my goal is to get to med school and to get through med school and to be a doctor. I'm gonna help people like that, because that's what I know deep down inside is my purpose, is to help people. But coming up on the 2-year mark, and really liking being sober and agreeing with my soul that being sober is what's gotten me, this far, and to figure all these things out is just that's a high to me now. That's where I'm at right now. It's all good.